Okay, this is my attempt to recite the entire Bee movie in 5 minutes. Here we go. Right, so here's the DreamWorks logo, blah blah blah, kid in the moon, according to all known laws of aviation. This is Barry the Bee, here's his parents, they fucking suck. They're like, go graduate, and then he's like, hey friend, they go in a car, they're driving for some reason when they can fly, and then they fly into their seats, then they're like, congrats, do something with your life, and they're like, and to your left, here you'll find a ton of jobs that you don't want to do. And then Barry's like, no, life is so much more than this. Dude, I want to be something, I want to do something, I want to be a bee that pollinates shit. And then his friend's like, dude, no, you can't do that. And then Barry's like, well, fuck it, gonna do it anyway. So he goes and he starts like imposing, and the girls are like, Barry, and then he's like, no. And then he's like, son, you gotta do something, you gotta find someone. And then he's like, oh, I don't want to be stuck at a dead-end job. And they're like, well, tough. And then he's like, oh fuck. So he goes and he infiltrates the bees, and then he's like, yeah, ready, 1, 2, 3. And then they fly, and then he's in the outside world, and he's like, damn, there's so much shit, there's so many flowers. And they're like, yep, that's what being a bee is all about. And then he's like, oh my god, tell me about it. And then there's tennis balls and everything, and then he's stuck on one, and then there's a girl, and then there's the boyfriend, and they're playing tennis, and then he's like, damn, I'm getting thrown around everywhere like a little bitch. And then he's in the house where the girlfriend and boyfriend were, and then there's a bee, they found him, they're like, fuck, it's a bee. And then the girl's like, no, you gotta be nice. And then he's like, dude, thanks for saving my life. Yeah, they introduce each other, and then there's he's like, you like jazz? And then she's like, yeah, I like jazz. And then he's like, dude, we have so much in common. And she's like, dude, I know. And then the old man is like, there's my schizophrenia kicking in again. And then he falls over, and then he probably dies. And then Barry is like, dude, my friend, I found a girl. And then he's like, it better not be a human. And he's like, yeah, it is. And then he's like, I'm just living that sweet life. And then he's dreaming, and then his parents are like, get your head out your ass. And then she's like, dude, we should get together, but what about my boyfriend? And he's like, I don't know. And then he's like, dude, stop buying honey. And then he attacks a guy with his stingle almost, and then he's getting knocked around all over again. He meets bugs, makes friends. He's in New York, I think. There's a lot going on. They're having a little heart to heart, and then they end up at the honey place where they get the honey, and then he meets some friends, and then they're like, you saved us. And then he's like, dude, we gotta expose what's going on, we gotta sue the human race. And then there's a bunch of protests, he's on the Beam news, and the boyfriend is like, dude, you're kind of weird. And then she's like, no, I'm not weird, I'm just expressing myself. And then they get together, there's a court case, there's a lawyer here, and the judge is like, dude, am I really dealing with this shit right now? And then the lawyer is like, case closed. And then Barry's like, nope, I'm gonna show you all how it's done. And then there's a bear for some fucking reason, and then fucking Wilson, Patrick, whatever, and she's like, dude, I can't do this anymore, I'm breaking up with you, I don't like you. And then he's like, listen man, I don't like you, you don't like me. And then they start fighting, and then they're trying to kill each other, and she's like, get out. And he's like, oh fine, you'll ditch me for a bee, fine. And then the court case is still going on for some reason in between days, and then I think he just fucking karate chopped the judge, and then his friend is dying, or should be dead, with his stinger. And then the court case is still going on for like 3 days, and then the judge is like, well, I don't know what to tell you, I'm pretty much giving you the court case, right? Yeah, you win. And then everyone's like, yeah, ban the honey. And then they shot Winnie the Pooh, what the fuck? And then everyone's out of business or something, and then the flowers are fucked, and then he's like, damn, this isn't what I wanted. And his friends like, tough. And then they're like, shit, what do we do? And then she's like, we gotta do something. And then he's like, damn, you right, bitch. And then they get in the taxi, and then they start like saying, we gotta do something. And then they go to the FBI, they go to Area 51, I think, and then they're like, stop in the name of the law. And then they're in an aeroplane for some reason, and then a pilot is like, fuck, it's a bee. And then she's like, no shit. And then they're trying to control the plane, and then like Barry says something, and then manages to get out of it, and then they manage to land safely because of the bees. So the bees saved a bunch of people, and then they landed, and everything's fine. And then they're all flying, and he's like, guys, we gotta change again, we gotta revert what we did. And then they bring the flowers all back, everyone's happy, everyone's good, kids are having fun, everyone is living in harmony. And then there's a cow there that can talk, I think, and then the boyfriend's great. The end.